The Italian calzone. These guys are going to be fried and full of goodies. And boy, if they pack a punch. Let's get on with it. Let's start by making a simple dough. This dough is pretty straightforward. Let's start by measuring 300 grams of flour. In my case, Caputo flour. W 260, 280, I believe. To that we add 4 grams of dry yeast. If your yeast is fresh, double it. 200 grams of lukewarm water. And 20 grams of extra virgin olive oil, 9 grams of salt, and that's our cast. If you want, you can knead it by hand like I do. Alternatively, just use the dough machine to do the work. This dough is pretty straightforward, 60% hydration, so very easy to handle. It won't stick to your fingers. Let's check for the gluten mesh, making sure that the dough can be stretched, because I guarantee you that frying it is gonna push this dough to its limit. This is amazing! Look at this bomb! Now we're going to divide the dough in 5 panetti, little balls, of approximately 100 grams each. With 100 grams each, I'm going to have 5 calzoni out of this dough. You can have panetti of 60, 70 grams. It's totally up to you, or you can make it bigger. Then I say always approximately, but in reality I'm pretty OCD, and in my case they're going to be exactly 105 grams each. Okay, let's close this panetti. In the same way we close the panetti for the pizza, when we do pizza napolitana or pizza, round pizza of any kind. Let's put them on an oiled tray where they can proof for another hour and a half or something like that. In other words, until they double, and then I'll see you there. Hey, this recipe is delicious, but if you're hungry for more, and if you're hungry for pasta, check my latest book, Pasta Affair, 50 authentic Italian recipes from Italy. Start a pasta affair. See you there. Let's get our first panetto. We're gonna squash it and we're gonna form a disc just like you would do for a pizza, but in this case it's gonna be clearly smaller. This is a little pizza, a pizzetta if you will. It's roughly 15-18 centimeters. Now, first goes the truffle sauce directly in contact with the dough. What do we got here? Mortadella, the real mortadella, not the bologna or whatever it's called. This is the real deal, which serve two purposes here. It is our ingredient, yes, but it's also a shield. Just like a crepe would be a shield when you do your beef Wellington, for example. Mortadella will prevent the steam and the water coming from the melted cheese to blow a hole in our calzone, even though Our dough, as we said, is frying proof. As for the mozzarella, get a dry mozzarella, shredded mozzarella. It would do just fine in here. We don't want to introduce too much water inside of the calzone for obvious reason. Let's fold it. Okay, now we fold it in half like this. And we seal it. We seal it 3 times. This is the first pass. We press with our fingers so that the 2 sides of the dough are literally joined. Now we fold the edge on itself like this. Pay close attention to the 2 extremities of the calzone. They're always notoriously the nastiest. The ones that are always open if you're doing another recipe, not mine. And finally, with a fork, we do the final pass. And this really makes this calzone oil tight. Will they stay intact? Let's find out. But before that, they have to proof for another hour. Then we go in. Our calzoni are going to be fried, but you can also bake them if you prefer. Calzoni finally all fried, and look how beautiful they are. Nice and golden, super crispy. Musica per le mie orecchie. Scotta. Suoniamo il violino. Proviamo a suonare il violino. Pecorino cheese, Mortadella and Truffle are perfectly balanced. They don't overpower one another. Excellent. The bake is amazing, super crisp. I don't know if you capture my crunchy bites. It's unbelievable. Try and let me know in the comments how it turns out.